Okay, we're rolling. Wow, it's going slow. Is it caught up yet? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the second episode of the DDon.Life podcast. You might have heard the first one. I put it up on Facebook. And whether you listen to it or not, that wasn't the point of the first episode. The point of the first episode was to get it done. I just needed to talk and get the bugs out. And that's what this second episode is sort of as well. It's about just getting it done and putting it up, putting it out there, putting it up for public scrutiny. Hopefully you will scrutinize it. But today I wanted to talk about maybe something a little bit more specific. This is DDon.Life. So I think as time goes on, each episode will become a little bit more specific, hopefully interesting as well. Another part of this exercise is to not edit it. So I will just talk. And I hope that you listen. First of all, I just want to say that I need help with this thing. I've got a few friends on board. That's exciting. It's going to be DDon.Life. If you want to give a donation, I would appreciate it. You will get something in return. I still have a bunch of these t-shirts. Maybe that's what I need to talk about. If you know me, maybe you remember Meat Clothing and what we did with that. We did a Kickstarter and it got funded. We printed a bunch of shirts. We got out the rewards to everyone that donated. And then we ran out of money. And we stopped. I would say it was a legitimate failure. We legitimately failed. And that's okay. Because I think both Nick and I learned a lot from that whole process. Which is the point of doing something. Anyways, we still have all of our inventory of Meat Clothing t-shirts. So, these are American Apparel t-shirts. They're tri-blend. We have some tri-blends, we have some cotton ones, and we have some poly blends. That's cotton and polyester. These are the tri-blends. They have cotton, polyester, and rayon, I think you call it. They're the softest. I still wear these shirts all the time because of how comfortable they are. So, if you're interested in one of these shirts, you can give me a very small donation. I'm not going to tell you how much, but you could send me $10 and I'll get you one of these shirts. With that said, I think for the sake of just getting things started, let's talk about diet. Why diet? Because for me, food is a big thing in my life, this household that I'm living in, and the people I live with. We revolve things around food pretty much. We hang out in the kitchen. We're cooking all the time. I mean, everyone has to eat, but I would say that we try to put a lot of emphasis on it. And I would say I'm in the organic camp. You could say that. It's kind of a generic term. But I'm a member at a co-op, and that's where I get the majority of my food, except Kowalski's is just like a nicer grocery store, and that's a block from my house. So I do end up getting a lot of stuff at Kowalski's. They carry a lot of the same brands that I would get at the co-op. So I'm more of a brand person. I get the farms. When we're talking about meat, I try to go with the farms that are local, that I think are good from the amount of research I've done. But I like to go to the co-op because it's pretty much all good there. I don't have to worry about what I'm getting. It's a lot of local, organic, grass-fed, free-range, organic type of shit. And that's what I go for. But why? I mean, without going too in-depth to any specific reason, I would just say that putting my money, the small amount of money that I have, towards the thing that I ingest. I mean, food does become you. You eat food, and then it becomes you, especially when I'm working out all the time. I want to refuel. I want the building blocks of all of this to be the best I can. And that's how I look at it. And if that means sacrificing new clothes or other things, other conveniences, or toys, gadgets, technology stuff, I'm going to go with food first. I'm going to spend the majority of my money on quality food because it's expensive. So I think that as just something to start with, that's good. I hope you watch. I hope you listen. If you can also, this will also be on the Libsyn feed I have. Tomorrow I will submit the, excuse me. I will submit the RSS feed to iTunes, and you'll be able to get this podcast on your podcast app. So I hope you do that. I would appreciate it. Again, these first few episodes, it's getting the kinks out. It's just about putting it out there, not editing, and maybe even fucking up. So one thing I'd like to say is that in March, next month, I will be in Sedona working at the Sedona Yoga Festival. I got accepted. They took my application, and I'll be working at the front desk when you come in. So hopefully I'll see some of you in Sedona March 11th to the 13th. You come to Sedona, do the yoga festival, and people say, you don't do yoga. I do yoga, and I might not be very good at yoga, but I'm going to get better at yoga, and I'm going to meet some really good people at the yoga festival, and I think it'll be fun. Plus, I get to go to Sedona and climb the rocks. So if you're interested, get a hold of me, and we can talk about it. If you're interested in a t-shirt, maybe making a donation to DDon.Life so I can get a new laptop. Ultimately, I need a new laptop. And that's because I've dropped my laptop many times. It's overheated, it's bloating, and it's slow. And the laptop I'm using now is old, and it's fucked. So if I could get a new laptop, that would expedite this whole process a lot quicker. So with that said, thank you for viewing.